Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to some delicious pYanodon's. We have gotten an update for good old Helmod, and we're going to see if it actually fixes anything or not. I'm entirely uncertain. It looks like no. Or maybe, wait, maybe. Okay. So linking that, let's just try making a new one. Let's try making a new one. Just so we're being fair to Helmod here. So we want this one to be input based, linked. Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't work. This was not the example of input based. This was just an example of it not linking correctly, I think. So let's just throw these in here and then move this row, control click. And then is it linking properly if I increase the output of, what were we setting? Oh, the batteries. Well, our batteries linking correctly? Interesting. Here we have 32 cyanic acid. This should be catching it, but it's not. These are all set to 100. And if I type 30 into that, it breaks the whole... What is going on? If I type 30 here, why did that set everything else to 0? There's definitely some screwy stuff going on with Helmod. But yeah, I might need to recreate the cyanic block. Let's just try that and see if it works. We'll at least try it working properly. So then we make a block with that, and then I hit link and it turns to 0. So yeah, there's definitely something wrong. Because this needs to be linked to these inputs. So, I mean, it's already broken, right? I'm not missing something here. Because we can set that to 30. And then it incorrectly displays here. So that's important to note. Right? This shouldn't be 32. I set it to be 30 inside of this block, and it's showing as 32, and it's not linked, so it shouldn't be linking to these. And then, if I hit link, it goes to 0, when it should go to 32. So there's a double issue there, as far as I can tell, where it's not working properly. The one that I was specifically asked to investigate, though, is the input linking, which was the chromium stone I think we were dealing with. So let's take a look into that. So we wanted to like use the stone, I think, to make sand was what I was originally thinking. So if I do stone ingredient and it's crushing stone, this one, and then we wanted to make that its own block. And then I wanted to ingredient input link, and it still doesn't work. And if I move it down, it doesn't work. Below it. And if I move it up above the stone product, it still doesn't work. Okay, well, I will timestamp this part of the video and send it back to the the bug report GitHub. And I'm sure it'll get fixed eventually. Anyway, what were we doing? We got some serious accomplishments in the last episode. I do need a significant amount more moss now for the AUG supply. 1.6, and this was a fifth of this, which is about 0.1 plus 0.1, so that's like 0.2. So we'll just call it 2.0. I need 2 moss a second. And 2 moss a second is pretty much another 10 moss farms. Where do I put those? Probably down there, but that means I need stone down there. Sludge and carbon dioxide are easy to move around, but we do need to get stone. Stone going down here. It's also not an insignificant amount of stone. I am a bit worried about overall stone output. Maybe I should use another caravan. Oh, but then I have carriage in. Ugh. I could add a second belt here, so that we're not taking from the throughput of that belt. It's a little tight to fit it in. Where else is this stone going? Going past all the moss, and then going to make alginate or whatever. Does one of these need stone? Yeah, sodium alginate needs stone. I think that's where it stops. Okay, so that's a very tiny amount of stone. Alright, in that case, let's bring the stone. What is this belt? It's empty. Empty belts scare me. Very long empty belt. With nothing. Oh, this was an ash belt. Let's see. If you use recipe book mod instead of FNEI, you can alt click about anywhere and bring up the rep. What? So it. I'm alt clicking. It's not doing anything. I have recipe book installed. Oops. Oh, and that's weird. You can't undo changing a recipe. I seem to not be doing it right because it's not working. You did say alt click, right? You did say alt click. Maybe the hotkey's different. Recipe book. Open selected object in recipe book not set. Oh, there we go. Well, that's new. I don't like that it's attached. That actually really bothers me. I want it to pop up over, not way over here. But that is cool, not gonna lie. That might be the thing that makes me want to use it more. That's pretty cool. Okay, and what is this belt? Is this another ash belt? What the heck is this? Nope, that's cages. No, caged. Uh-oh. What do we have going on here? Caged Vrauks. Let me just make sure Vrauk production is still proper. It's probably moss issues, I'm guessing. No, cocoon issues. Oh, because I'm stealing cocoons to make cDNA. That's right, that's right. Okay. I need some more Vrauk bonking. Alright, well anyway, let's keep going with this belt. because it perfectly aligns with the stone belt here. And then that can be... Now, how am I running out of stone? I've got two duders going here. Oh, it's not enough. Oh, goodness. We don't even... Oh, we do have a full belt. It's just not a full belt of stone. That's right. That's right. Okay. We'll go upgrade that in a second. But this belt, not an ash belt. It's a stone belt. So it needs to go over and down. And then we'll do input priority left. And then the other stone will go to moss and stuff. Cool, cool, cool. You can even alt-click on an entity. Oh, but E doesn't close it. That's also kind of weird. You have to... Oh, is there not a hotkey to close it? Ugh. Yeah, recipe... I've noticed Rygard's GUI stuff. I know he's a GUI king, but it doesn't always do what I think it's gonna do in terms of opening and closing. Confuses me sometimes. Wascally, it took us more than an hour to even get electric miners unlocked. Or, I can't remember if they start unlocked, but you definitely can't build them at the start. Alright, so we're gonna need more. More! Uh-oh. Okay, good. We can craft. Now, what did I do here? Oh, I think I properly did this. Because stone is half as stacked as Carrigan, so they fill up at the same rate that way. Yeah. Okay. It's crazy that you... It's so... Oh my gosh. You get 2 per second of each from 1 miner, so that's already 24 items a second just from 6 miners. So I probably should space these out because there's really, like, I'm not gonna be able to use the per second output, so this way I just don't need as many miners for the patch. Feels like there's no reason to have them not spaced out. Okay. There we go. Those are covering that whole side. Yeah, Verk, I probably will mention something. I believe, though, I already mentioned something with rate calculator, potentially about E not closing it. I can't remember. I'm guessing if I leave it pinned, E will close it. Oh, if you click a hotbar item, it grabs it from the hotbar and it opens the thing. That's different. Huh. Well, now there are no belts. Wait, oh, you're right. Look, who needs belts? Chromium reserve. Was that 11 million? I can't even... That was a lot of digits of chromium. Look, these guys really need belts. And we're gonna need a bunch of moss farms, so we need a bunch of soil, kind of all the regular stuff. Oh, and some stone brick. We have good amounts of stone brick already, though. So we're okay on brains, but we're not okay on meat. Actually, maybe we are. Next let is backed up. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. belt nearby I can dump this on? This ash? Doesn't look to be ash. There's a... I can just put this ash... Ooh, this is really... like... rickety. Why am I... This should go into like a chest. Make sure we don't have not enough coal. Surprised that that never broke. Anyway, we need a whitelist, ash. Let's go over there. Alright, soil, we did put together, yeah, soil factory up here. $20. Did I grab enough? I don't know if I grabbed enough. Some more iron. Do I have any theories on Sam ore? I want to say... minor spoilers ahead, though they could be wrong, but mute me now if you don't want to hear what might be a minor spoiler, or major spoiler. I don't know how major it would be, but I think it's teleportation. I want to say someone saw something data mined about that at some point, but that could be outdated, so I don't even know if that's for sure. Why can I not? Is it aluminum? It's aluminum. Yeah, we do have hypertube launchers. That is true. There we go. All right, 20 moss farms. And then we're gonna need some more muddy sludge. Which a washer makes 25 a second from 2.5 soil, so it's really 20 a second from a pair of soil extractor and washers. They really do. I think it's more for like potentially teleportation of items than the player, but probably both. But honestly, that I remember seeing that somewhere on like a wiki, like back when the game came out, like before update 4. So there's a good chance whatever has happened has changed a lot in the meantime. All right, and then the output here, let's see if we can make it all in the middle. So we're gonna need stone in, moss out. It's 2 belts. We're gonna need to connect all of the fluids. Trains, planes, and automobiles. Do these work if I offset them? Sometimes it works out perfectly. It does. I love when that works out that way. Is this now my 4th moss production location? You know what? Listen here. Listen here. Is there a better way to do this? I could do... You know, it's kind of funny. I could do like some sort of zigzag with these, where like that one connects these 2, and then that one connects those 2, and no, that's horrible. We're not doing that, but I could. Oh yeah, Dave, you mentioned Tectonica kind of being disappointing during the podcast. I still haven't really played it. I think it'll get better at some point, but you said it doesn't tell you item rates, which does feel really weird. people play one over the other. One over the other what? What do we... I don't know what. One what? That's kind of annoying. Okay, so they might need to be one further apart. Because of 2 pipes and 2 belts. There we go. Okay, so acetylene's still connected. Wait, I missed... Oh, I missed the comment. Okay, aesthetics is the reason to play Satisfactory over Factorio, is what Waskley said. That is, for sure, personal opinion. Some people would say the exact opposite. Some people hate the look of Satisfactory. Now, I don't hate the look of Satisfactory, but some people do. I think it is definitely pretty clear that one of them is more, like, graphically... I don't know what you even call it. Higher graphics fidelity or something. Like, clearly Satisfactory is like a 3D game with much higher quality textures and stuff. Maybe not higher quality, but like, it's hard to explain what I'm trying to phrase. I think you all know what I mean though. But yeah, they're completely different games, and some people don't like the look, you know, the semi-cartoon but not cartoon look of Satisfactory. But yeah, there's a lot of different reasons to play both games, and there is a large overlap. Okay, so we want to hit both buildings. So do I have to go every other? How do I do this? I have to do this? Will this work? Sorry, I need to think, not talk for a second. No, because then it doesn't hit these. Wait, no, it does. By doing every other, a building should be able to reach both. I think. Am I making this harder than necessary? Probably. That's my MO. Let's see. So in. No, I only need one in. In, out. In, out. Okay, that's consistent and works. And then these two will be in, out. We can even put on the same time. I think that works. Yeah, Taronin, I'm pretty similar. Aesthetics are not generally a priority for me. However, they do matter in ways that we don't even realize. So, like, there are games where the aesthetics are a big part of the experience for us, but we don't even know it. Not to say that everyone cares about aesthetics the same. They definitely don't. I'm on the low end of caring about aesthetics, but they do matter. A lot of people are off-put by aesthetics without even realizing it, and then they say something like, oh, I just couldn't get into that game. And it's like, well, it probably actually had something to do with the aesthetics. It's such a huge element of whether you even feel attracted towards a game or not. But I think I did this right, and if I paste this, we're gonna be fine. But only time will tell. Yeah, immersion isn't something you feel. As far as Yeah, I was literally just talking about this on the podcast about it's funny how people try to make Factorio compete with Satisfactory. Like, they're completely different games. They have completely different feels. The 3D versus 2D is such a massive difference. You really can't compare the games. Some people like both. In fact, a lot of people like both. Some people don't like one or the other. There are lots of Satisfactory players, if you go to the Reddit, that could never get into Factorio, and vice versa. It's totally a thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, get all the CO2 hooked up here. I probably should have done this before the blueprinting. And then do the same thing, but for the muddy sludge. I kind of like this. This is not my standard way of building things, but it's kind of cool how it worked out. Those. And I think it's all hooked up. I need a bunch of moss. Interesting. You're claiming Satisfactory is clunkier than Tectonica. Yeah, I will definitely have to check out Tectonica at some point. Satisfactory's also made a huge amount of upgrades to the process of building stuff and making it easier. Why are these not auto? Did I not? Oh, the blueprint didn't. I need to paste it. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that's a bug. It shouldn't let me paste stuff from range, but it does. That's a remote configuration thing. Yeah, there's plenty of Satisfactory players that can't get into, or Factorio players who can't get into Satisfactory, because they are completely different games, and so that's why it makes sense. I love both. I think there's definitely a huge difference in both. It scratches different itches. Like, I love first-person shooters, right? And so the first-person shooter perspective, I actually really enjoy it. I find it enjoyable to traverse the game world. I think movement is really fun in Satisfactory. The upgrades to movement, designing your base for movement. I think those are all really fun parts of the game. Some people don't give a rip about first-person shooters, and they don't give a rip about movement in games. And so obviously, like, that element alone is going to make a big difference in how the game is experienced. Okay, so wait, I forgot to add a second belt output to this. What we really need is... what do we need? Not actually sure. We need stone out. Did I get Keratin on the belt just now? I don't think so. No, we're good. And then this needs to merge with this one. I can do output priority right. And then this will supplement. Input priority left. So we'll focus on filling up that belt first, and then this belt. But we're always prioritizing the byproduct stone, which is stuff from up this direction. So we're prioritizing it there. And then this, any extra that we have will go over here, which is then prioritized as well. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Aelor. They're about as different as you can get while being in the same genre, but they're actually very similar games in the grand scheme. Because, yeah, because I'd say they're in the same subgenre, you know, and that's what makes them alike, right? They're not a shooter, they're not a RTS, they're not, you know, there's like, they are factory games, and that alone puts them in a very similar situation compared to most games out there. but they are very different factory games in the factory game subgenre. Which is why I started a podcast, is because there's so many different games in the genre now, and it's becoming an increasingly popular genre, and there's so many cool things to talk about. All right, I think we can just put the soil over here. We've got water right there. How many do I need again? I need 25 and 25, so that's actually just 2 soils and 1 washer, exactly. Yeah, and then Dyson Sphere program has been mentioned. It is kind of a little bit in between the two with its own unique pieces, of course. It's more 3D than Factorio, and it's less 3D than Satisfactory. And now it has combat, which is a new thing that people have said actually looks pretty good. So I'm kind of excited to try it out at some point. Where are we at? Is that one? That one. The rates. The rates are not fast enough. 2 inserters each should do it. 2.4 apiece. Yeah. Alright, so then we need water over here too. Yeah, the poor English localization. Okay, so I had the same rant with Palworld. Like, they have sold tens or even, I don't even know, hundreds of thousands of copies. And they could pay someone to go through all the files and translate it properly. And it wouldn't even cost that much money. Like, if I could speak both languages fluently, I would accept $50 an hour, and it would probably take me less than 10 hours to properly structure all the grammar of every line in the game. Maybe it would take 20 hours. I don't know. But even then, it's like they can't spend $500 or $1,000 on having like a perfect translation. That just feels so weird to me. It's not that expensive to hire a translator. I've just yeah. And the same thing with Palworld. Now, Palworld's a little different because I think they were a billion times more successful than they anticipated. But at this point, I hope that they've hired proper translators for all of their community posts and stuff like that. It's like, it's not that much money to hire someone that fluently speaks both languages. And it just feels weird to have so much income from a game. And I mean, and look, I'm not saying they're head over heels in money. Like, they might even be losing money on something. I'm not saying that, but like in terms of what they're spending on paying devs, paying for art, paying other things, it's like the cost percentage, the amount of what it actually costs you compared to what you're spending on other things to do a proper translation is so small. What am I looking for? We need CO2. So CO2... Sorry everyone if you're here on YouTube to watch me play pYanodon's and I'm ranting about other things. I think I'm still a little bit in the podcast mode. Is carbon dioxide still easiest made from... Where even are we making? Actually, I don't even know how we're making it right now. How am I making it? Where am I making it? Oh, it's up here. Okay, so it is just Coke. Simple and easy. And we get 16 per input, and this Coke is coming from the output of oil production, which is pretty consistent, not perfectly consistent, but I think we can rely on it. But we should put an alarm on it, so we'll add more to that. So we'll throw in a couple more HPFs here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Dave. Initial releases not having, you know, perfect translations feels reasonable and fine, especially for smaller studios. But after the huge amount of success, having really poor translations feels off. And it's pretty off-putting. At least when I played Dyson Sphere Program, they were like pretty bad translations. Like not just like a little bit of bad English, but like, oh, I'm like struggling to understand what that sentence is supposed to be saying levels of bad English. So that, and I don't know if it's gotten any better since then, but like, even with the community they have, they could literally just put up a community post saying, hey everybody, we'd love some help with translations. And within a day, they would have perfectly translated lines. So it's like, why haven't they done that? It just doesn't make sense to me. Because yeah, once you have a large enough community, you can get it done for free. They don't even have to pay somebody. I'm more making the argument they could pay somebody and it would still be easy, but like, you could even just do it without paying people. What am I doing? Why did I not leave an extra space for... let's do it this way, and then the cook will come up, and it'll go in here. Can't really see what I'm doing, but alt mode tells me where things are. I know I need one there, and there. Okay, so now I've got 4, and then we needed how much for all this? 20? 25? I just added 32, so we should be fine. And now I need some storage and an alarm. You know, additional paste settings does not have the ability to paste onto a speaker. They should add that. You can paste onto a combinator. What? Did I miss it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Less than, I don't know, let's say 5,000. Diox is the easy way to see it. Cool. Yeah, the inserter arms like being drawn over the top of the sprite. That is funny. That issue is actually a Factorio issue. That happens even in vanilla Factorio with certain arrangements of inserters. They fixed a lot of those issues, but they still exist. Okay, I want to say, other than the stone, we're done now with all of this. Oh, we need to route the CO2, don't we? Yeah, I like the tall buildings. I do think sometimes the hitboxes are a little wonky, and it's frustrating. This is one of the reasons I think it's often a good idea to build your mall. What am I trying to say? Build your bus. Hold on. Brain no work. Build your bus horizontally, so that when you build your buildings, they're built vertically, and then if they have like HPFs, they have the big overlap. The overlap is just overlapping on the other buildings, and the stuff that's important is on the sides, and you can see it clearly. And I tend to do that even with vanilla buildings. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a bus, but if you are building a pi bus, which you shouldn't, then do it that way. But yeah, we're not building a bus. We're getting to trains, hopefully, someday soon. Where's the stone? Let's use this. Oh, I want you to go over that belt. Alright, that should be some more moss. That can supplement. Moss over here. Yeah, placing a like if you were building an underground and you held like control and then you clicked, it would automatically plop that one and that one. That would be cool. Oh, do we have rate problems? No, the rates are small. Yeah, 2.0 has the green highlight at max distance. That is true. That is nice, but yeah, it's not quite the same thing. Some people were saying like, oh, it's the same problem, but now it's just one tile less. But it's like, well, it will save you, because right now you do that and then you go back. Right now you'll get to green and then maybe you'll overshoot it, but some amount of time you'll get to green and be able to like stop and click before you have to go back. I do think it'll help. I do think you'll still overshoot it a lot of times, but it's nice to have that indicator. Also, side of belt. What are we doing here? Side of belt. Just happen to be the same side. Yeah, we're one-sided on the outside. Clockwise. Are we both sided on this one, though? I think we're both sided. Yeah, I'm both sided. So we want to be on the outside clockwise, which is the inside counterclockwise, which is that. All right, now we're having stone issues again. Why am I having stone issues? Carrigen. What is broken about the Carrigen? You're supposed to be able to process an entire belt of Carrigen. Oh no. What? Light oil? Wait. What? Aromatics. What? What's it? We're not dumping aromatics? I thought we were, but it looks like those are probably users of aromatics. Looks like we're not. Okay, time to actually find out what I'm doing then. So this gets pumped into here, which then gets provided everything else. That's only topping up. So we're only using the light oil. Oh god. We're always using the light oil, but we're prioritizing the aromatics from Carrigen rather than this, but we're using the light oil from this so that we don't back up on middle oil or something, because we need stuff like creosote. So then this one needs an overflow on 90, which is, oh god, that's gonna waste 30,000 aromatics. I'm just gonna do a pump then. And we're gonna circuit this bad boy. And we're gonna say if it's greater than 315,000 aromatics, greater than 315 grand, then we pump out into a sinkage. And then is that enough for flow rate though? That's very high. Yeah, see, this isn't emptying out fast enough. So it actually, I need a pump in. And then that should work. Don't you want to stop when I'm full? No. Stop what? Sorry, Dave, which one do you mean? You mean the Carrigen? Or do you mean the oil? We want to void everything on Carrigen. We're trying to make sure Carrigen always runs. Okay, there we go. Like, I want these running all the time. If I have the Keratin, I want to be shale oiling the Keratin. So that's done. This is the bit that I'm not 1,000,000% sure on, because we're always running this one, whether we need the aromatics or not. Can light oil do anything else? I guess is the first question. Oh, I could have done the thing. Let's try the thing. Ingredient in. Okay, so right now, no, I can't do anything with it. Later, yes. All oil separation. Sponge iron, okay. So light oil can't be used anywhere else, which means I might as well be doing that. Carbolic and naphthalene are both creosote related, so that's just creosote and light oil. Are there any other things I can do with middle oil? No, that's literally it in the whole game. So yeah, I mean, I think this is actually all what we want, because I do need creosote and I need coke. So those are the two things we actually want. Now, which one is this that I'm backing up on? Naphthalene. And the naphthalene is the one that makes the creosote, right? Yeah, so maybe I need 2 of these. Not actually sure about this, but it just feels like I wasn't using enough. I do have combinators already, actually. I'm too lazy to set it all up. People don't like it when I leave that flashing, so I'm gonna fix it. You can thank me for it. Alright. Okay, so Keratin processing should be fixed. This hopefully is flowing properly. No hitches, looks like. It is exact C's, which always scares me. I like to have margin. But you can trust exact C's in this game. Okay, now we should be okay. We just need a couple more trips from the stone caravans. Alright, we'll check on that in a bit. Moss is looking good. Starting to back up even. Which means... well, you guys should be running at full speed. Oh yeah, the poop. Poop is backed up. We have a backed up toilet. The Aug toilet. Okay, so then what we need is another Vrauk repro chamber. Also, someone, I think it was Dave, I know it was Dave, mentioned I only need 1 for a reproductive chamber, which feels very wrong to me. It'll run with just 1 Vrauk. I just assumed it needed 2, so that felt like a little bit of a flavor fail to me. But arguments have been made that it is consistent with how the other buildings work that need animals, but I make the argument it is a flavor fail. Yeah, exactly. The animals reproduce by budding. And I feel like if that's the case, then why not just require 1 animal and make the building faster? You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of seems unnecessary. I'm just going to copy this because I know it's already right. And then power. We need to go find 2 Vrauks. Oh, and then the belt is too short. Alright, that should do it. And then get rid of all these water barrels. Waters go there, empties go here. Wait, I left room. I know I left room. I just forgot I left room. Sad. Okay. So what we need to do is this. Or maybe this. It's a little better. There's that, and then there. All right. Now we can fit one more. I figure one more is a good idea because we just need them for various things. They'll build up better. I don't know. I don't really have a reason not to. So, might as well. Yes, is a good reason. So now that's doing a random U-turn, I guess. Which one's barrels? This one's barrels. This one's route cocoons. Copy that to there. Cool. Some mystery belt curly cues. Yeah. So future me has something to do. Exactly. Alright, I think we are done with animal nonsense for a bit. Why have these stopped? Okay, they're not. Cool, cool. I'm just gonna let that go for a while. I don't see a reason not to. They're cheap. And I have the moss now. Nope, I don't have the moss. Why are we stopped? Of course I'm out of CO2. But it's not even blinking. Did I disconnect it? I must have disconnected it. This is gonna be embarrassing. When I added the tank, did I forget to connect the bottom? I'm like vaguely thinking that's what happened. No, but almost. Yeah, I just didn't wiggle it. It needed to be wiggled. Okay. Well, you know these things happen. Whoopsies. Okay, carbon dioxide is now good to go. You can see it being vacuumed up here. And slowing down. Okay, we're good to go now. Cool, cool, cool. check that off the list. Batteries are now within sight. Unfortunately, Helmod cannot quite help me the amount I need to be helped, so we're gonna have to manually plug in some numbers here. What's so weird is if I do like 5 here, then it links the number properly. So like, but I don't even have link selected. I've no idea what's going on with that. Because this is, yeah, this shows 5, but it's not 5, it's 32. These should always show the same number. Under all circumstances, these two should match these two, but they do not. Yeah, I mean, to put it kindly, I just think it wasn't quite bug check tested enough for release. The new features are great. There's some glaring enough issues and inconsistencies where it's like, this isn't even really doing what we need it to do right now. And that's kind of bad. Gosh, the urea is so annoying. Liquid manure is literally just, you water that crap down. Quite literally. And otherwise, batteries are relatively cheap. They're mostly lead. I guess lead and zinc. Lead, zinc, some glass iron. Actually, they're quite a bit of coke, too. But then it's really just the absurd amount of manure that they need. Doing this one. Yeah. So I only have 20. So I am assembler limited by 20. So we're actually making this much per second. So I need 4 bioreactors and some DDCs. Can I even make bioreactors? What do these need? Tailings ponds, which require stone brick, which I should be close. Where's the stone brick? Over here. There's darkness in this area of the factory. Where are you? Is it in here? There it is. Oh, 100 duralumin. Ouch. Oh man, I forgot to get rid of all my barrels. Let's go do that. Oh, and lead, 140. Titanium as well. Alright, let's go get rid of... Oh, look at this handcrafting. 80 sticks, 4 pie tanks. Get rid of these barrels real quick. Okay. Check on the stone. How we going? It looks like we're backing up now on that one a little bit, which is good. And it seems that the Keratin is being fully processed. I guess I can check this way. No, that's bad. Wait, no, it's fine because it also matches production. Good, okay. That's just because we're running out of Keratin to process from time to time. And do we have lots and lots of steam, I assume? Gasoline's getting fully used. Heavy oil's getting medium used. Condensate's getting the least used. Probably because I only have 3 burners for it. But we are good on steam. Those are full. And we're ending up voiding heavy and oil and condensates, I think. Although, this should either be full or empty. It's weird that it's in the middle. I assume when we check back, it depends on how much steam we're using. I assume if we use more steam, it empties out. And if we're using less, it fills back up. So it kind of fluctuates. So the bioreactor, so we're gonna need water. Zogna is gonna be a pain in the royal booty. Again. Freaking Zogna. How much Zogna are we making over by cDNA? I forget. We needed 2 a second? Just so maybe I just improve the Zogna I've already done. And we use that. I have 23 cDNA. That's actually impressive. Why is it stopped? Rubber? Yeah, definitely rubber. It's probably good because it's saving me a lot of these other resources. It's probably good that rubber's going really slow because it means I'm spending less on the others. As soon as I get more rubber, though, I'm going to start spending all those things and a million other things are going to break. That is the pYanodon's experience in a nutshell. Okay, I still need more lead. More lead, more iron. Oh, I ended up with a lot of manure. Some smelly stuff in my inventory. Lead, stone brick, good. Air cores, steam engines, pipes, lead, just way up here somewhere. I probably need to be done with this episode soon. We're already an hour in. Gosh, time really does fly. Okay, lead's way up here. That's right. I also want to double check, has rubber been consistent? We had a weird lapse in rubber. I wonder what that was about. Oh, that's consumption. I'm not looking in the right spot. Also weird. We have not been producing properly for a couple hours now. It should be at that exactly 6 line. So what are we short on? It's always got to be latex, right? So it's the Vraux. We're short on the Vraux because we were short on Vraux cocoons because we didn't have enough bonking chambers. So hopefully I've now fixed that by having 5 of these. 0.812. Wait, you can rate calculator from zoomed out map view? Could you do max rate calculator from zoomed out map view? I don't know if you could. Or could you and I just didn't know. Anyway, these use 0.5. These make 0.812. So that gives me 0.3 extra for the cDNA. I don't remember how much we were using for cDNA. It says 0.4, but that ain't ever happening. So I think we'll be fine. Ish. I say that. Say that now. Anyway, I need to make more bioreactors still. Lead. Which I have no idea where I'm putting it in a chest. Also, why is there... That's okay that there's coke on this belt, I think. I hope. I think. That's rubber. Oh, that's part of the reason rubber's so slow for cDNAs. I'm saving up a gob ton of it. A glob ton of it. Let's grab some more. Speaking of wasting rubber. Grab some more IMs. How much cDNA am I using? 0 right now. Exactly 0. Where is my lead? Goes back this way. Goes down to here. There it is. I can still only make 1. Now I need more glass. Good gravy gracious. Okay, I know I need one of those. So duralumin glass now. That build up to 3. steel. Steel's actually okay. Glass is down here. There we go. 4 bioreactors. Done. Then... Okay, so that is good. Some DDCs, and we will have our ammonia and cyanic acid. And then we'll use that, plus a bunch of other stuff that we already have. We're gonna need to get coke, lead, antimony, iron, glass, zinc. I think that's it. Iron, coke, lead, zinc, antimony, glass. That'll be it. And we'll get the melamine from the cyanic and ammonia. Sweet. Hey, Skype. Thanks for the follow. Escape. Very much appreciated. But yeah, I think that will be a good spot to end the YouTube episode. We got moss done, we got carbon dioxide improved, we got stone stuff fixed, we fixed an issue with aromatics not being properly consumed. I should probably, right before we leave, double check what can I use aromatics for? Because I could just make some more aromatics. Right now, nothing. It's just for that polybutadiene for the rubber. So, right now, I'm not really wasting any potential. I'm not too worried about that. Cool. All right, well, for those of you on YouTube, as always, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Episode 2 of the podcast should be out as well, so if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description, and it should be on any of your favorite podcast apps, and you can also view the full stream of it on Krydax Extra, which is my second channel, down in the comments. With that, I will leave you all alone. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.